Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Monday, January 23rd, 2017. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. The Nevis Island Administration has formed a committee which is now looking at the nomination of Charlestown as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The committee met for the first time on Friday, January 20th.
In 1998, Charlestown was put on the tentative list. And it's time now that we revisit that tentative list. We are grandfathered into the guidelines and regulations, and so now we would like to take that to the next height of nominating Charlestown as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And when we say Charlestown, we just don't mean Main Street. We mean from the Alexander Hamilton birth site. Further down is our African cemetery. We have the slave market in Charlestown. We have the Jewish cemetery. We have our Bath Hotel and the Bath Stream. And we also have certainly our Fort Charles. That distinct landscape there contains more historical, cultural assets than many other locations.
Evelyn Henville is a member of that committee.
The committee that was formed has to be an international committee as we are partnering with lots of sources. On this committee we have our local persons, Dr. Hobson, who is a heritage person herself and an architect, conservationist. We have the president of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, Mr. Devon Liebert, Susan Gordon, who is a local real estate and author of Sugar Mills, Searching for Sugar Mills. So she too has an extensive background in conservation. Of course, we have our UNESCO Secretary General for our federation, Mr. Maynard, and going abroad, our historians. We have Hansel Manners, Leonard Stapleton, who has written a historical book.
The committee is also partnering with organizations which educate about a division-born Alexander Hamilton across the United States.
Hamilton College, Mr. Goodwillie, the archivist for there. We are partnering also with Dr. Hull, who is the ambassador to the St. Kitts Nevis ambassador to the OAS, Miss Sherry Trost, ombudsman for the OAS, Stephen Knott, who is one of the well-known authors of the Hamilton story and story of the founding fathers, and the Alexander Hamilton Awareness Society. We have also Miss Janet Harris, who is a past financial secretary and a past alternate executive director for World Bank.
Plans for the Ministry of Agriculture's 23rd Annual Open Day are progressing smoothly. That is according to Permanent Secretary Eric Evelyn, who is making a special appeal to the event's usual participants.
We want persons and organizations to start now to think about your exhibits for this year. Please start making your plans now, as we are committed to having our Open Day 2017 live up to and even surpass all expectations. We are expecting exhibits that are out of the ordinary as we all endeavor to put on a spectacular show.
The 2017 Agriculture Open Day is set for March 30th to 31st, and Evelyn advises that registration is now open.
We are making the usual appeal for persons and organizations to kindly register early. Practically every year we have issues with late registrations, and we are hoping that would not be the case again this year. You can register at the Department of Agriculture Monday to Friday during normal working hours, that is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I must also remind participants of the very small registration fee. Registration fee for participants, with the exception of food vendors, is $100 per day. Food vendors will pay a registration fee of $150 per day, which is a very small increase over last year. I must also remind the farmers, agro-processors, and ornamental producers, that we will once again host a booth competition this year. You can therefore start getting your ideas together in terms of presentation of your booth to the general public.
The theme for this year's Agriculture Open Day is Embracing Climate-Smart Agriculture to Achieve Food Security. The two-day event will be held under the patronage of Taizina Brooks, a long-serving employee at the Department of Agriculture. In more local news.
Welcome to our 30th anniversary as we celebrate our 30 years under the theme, Celebrating a Generation of Service and Preparing for the Next.
Chairman of the Concerned Citizens Movement, CCM, Stedman Trust, making the welcome remarks at a service held on Sunday, January 22nd, at the Church of God of Prophecy at Craddock Road to celebrate the political party's 30th anniversary. A number of other members of the CCM participated in the service, including leader the Honorable Vance Amory, who did the party reflection.
That's how I want us to think about where we are in these 30 years, after these 30 years. A generation, and as somebody told me the other day, all the people, the young people who are now 35 and so on, the young adults, all they have known is, well, initially CCM as a party in government, providing what I consider to be good quality governance for the people of Nevis. And we did that consistently. Today, the 22nd of January, coincidentally or fortuitously, or in terms of the Lord bringing into alignment certain things. This is what we are here doing today, celebrating 30 years of the party and 4 years of the government.
A number of federal cabinet ministers attended the service, including Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, who congratulated the CCM on achieving the milestone.
I want to say thank you to the CCM party for allowing us the services of your distinguished sons in the personality of the Honorable Premier, a man whose character is unblemished, even though many would have tried to taint him. And I have heard even those who politically are in opposition to him commend him quietly but honestly. They recall his own achievement, how he stood as a role model in sports, in education, in banking, and in government. And through it all, they could honestly say that Vance was not about himself, Vance was about the people of Nevis. And that deserves a round of applause.
The CCM is one of 3 political parties which make up the National Unity Government. Still to come.
We, however, would like to get some feedback from the public as to their thoughts on this. And so this coming Wednesday, we are having a stakeholders meeting.
We'll give you the details after this break.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When NNC and UNC, NNC.
Welcome back. The Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, is inviting residents to be a part of a formal public inquiry process with respect to the Integrated Resource Plan for St. Kitts and Nevis. A stakeholders meeting has been planned for Wednesday, January 25th, according to NEVLEC General Manager Jervan Swanston.
Quite recently, NEVLEC has been actively pursuing after renewables. In fact, we were the first country in the OECS to commission a wind farm back in 2009. And since the rapid exploration of geothermal power, for example, we've been getting some assistance from Deloitte, based in the US, so that we can avoid some of the pitfalls that would have happened before. As a result of this, they have they have attached two technical people to us, one that is legal and one that's in the engineering. And so we are putting together what we call an IRP, Integrated Resource Plan for St. Kitts and Nevis. We, however, would like to get some feedback from the public as to their thoughts on this. And so this coming Wednesday, we are having a stakeholders meeting at the Red Cross building from 6 to 8 p.m. So we want to appeal to the public and encourage as much of you as possible to come out, hear what they are presenting to us, get your views on this and see how we can move forward.
The Integrated Resource Plan outlines the Federation's options to meet expected future electricity generation demand. As the St. Kitts and Nevis Customs and Excise Department joins the observance of International Customs Day, it is hosting a week of activities under what the department is calling a timely theme. Roger Fifield is the Assistant Comptroller at the St. Kitts and Nevis Customs and Excise Department.
Our theme, data analysis for effective border management, I think is a timely one, especially in this era. Once upon a time, we relied on what happened at that point in time. But now we have to be more proactive and we have to think ahead. We have to gather information, get the information, and then of course cipher the information and then get intelligence. Having said that, we rely heavily on data coming through technology, the computer, the internet, coming from various sources, and we will collect it, we would analyze it, and this would give us managers, a better tool, a better way to manage not just our staff but ourselves.
Activities for the 2017 Customs Week of Activities include talks at the Violet O. Jeffers Nichols, St. James's and St. Thomas's Primary Schools today, a visit to the Flamboyant Nursing Home on Tuesday, January 24th, an Officer Exchange Day on Wednesday, January 25th, the honoring of past customs officers, as well as a panel discussion on ZIZ TV on Thursday, January 26th, and an open day on Friday, January 27th.
Our open day would be held at Charlestown Memorial Square from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I want to take this opportunity to invite one and all the schools, all persons residing here on island to come to our open day, ask as many questions. We are giving you this opportunity so you can come and you could be edified, and of course you can give us feedback, because with feedback, we could learn things that we may not have known, and we would be better able to serve you, the general public, as we are servants of the public.
January 26th, International Customs Day, recognizes the role of customs officials and agencies in maintaining border security. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Good night.